Hello and welcome to Theta. This is Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. This map's definitely my favorite to talk to. Very clear situations here. Very spread out mask extractors. We see Rock here going with Cybran. He's taking on Mephi. Is also Cybran, so a great Cyber and Cybran battle. Of course, these two. Actually, sorry, I'm tripping. This is Aeon. So Aeon's even better. Aeon's really overpowered on this map. But let's see if the Master of Cybran can do something about it. Of course, Cybran also can use its speed advantage to get from one choke point to another. We're going to see a battle really along three fronts. This one with flat ground. This is really where Aeon dominates. Nothing you really can do against them in level 1, Tech 1. But then there's also this really small choke points. And here it's definitely Cybran would have an advantage on Aeon. But we'll see. And here also a small choke point. Although Aeon can just here units will get packed real tight and Aeon can stay at a distance and just shoot anything coming in. But of course you can do that with any faction. Here's an early scout here from Rock. It's way too fast. But the Auroras from F, you take that out. See the ACUs for these two players going completely different directions. Rock is actually going over to the side. He's going to try to prevent this engineer from getting the top ground, while Mephi is going over and is going to pick up the mask extractor. So Mephi wants the bottom, Rock wants the top, and nobody wants the mass in the middle. Some strangeness going on in this one. And we see the scout from Rock runs into a bunch of Auroras. It's actually 2 flares to Auroras and a couple scouts. This is not the matchup that they want. You can see the ACU for Rock getting quite a bit of errancy here. 4 kills. Good stuff early on, but we're going to see a very similar situation here. Some Manti are going to run into Mephi's ACU. They actually don't have radar with them, so they have no idea what's going on there. Notice here 3 shots per Mantis there, but there's only 2 shots per Aurora. That's the difference between these two factions. Of course, Aurora's here. They can use their range. Mantis is already out of shooting range there, but Auroras go ahead and kill it. They can also kill an engineer. And now some aggressive Manti from behind the ACU. So the ACU launched those in. And it's going to be an engineer and a mask extractor. But on the bottom, we can see quite a bit of damage from these Auroras. See 4 mask extractors prevented. And now Mephi goes into the middle and a few more Manti run into his ACU. 6-7 kills now for Mephi. You can see 4 kills for Rock. He's being aggressive against Mephi's base as well. You can see this map has basically been cut vertically. That's not the most common way people dissect this one. But definitely Rock's going to get that upper ledge. We'll try to take care of this situation, but you can see these 4 Auroras from Mephi staying out of range. No radar with these Manti. They're just being slaughtered. And now Rock pulls them back. Great work from these. This is a 7-kill Aurora. That's just devastating. Of course, this Mantis here around the side, some flares coming out, try to get it, but no, it's going to get an engineer. It's an excellent Mantis there. Very important engineers up front. And here's this choke point. Manti chasing down the Auroras, but so many more Auroras are going to hold this choke point. Now we've got to retreat from Rock. Reinforcements to the bottom from Rock, and now the 2 ACUs shooting each other. Here where Aeon is really just going to dominate. We see a pretty large Aeon force here behind Mephi, and it looks like Rock is going to be forced to give up his upper ledge. He really went for that early, but now it looks like he can't do much about it, although he is getting the bottom part of the map back. Looks like Mephi is thinking about moving in. 10 kills from Mephi. Rock's at 6, and Rock could be in quite a bit of trouble. We can see here is right directly between a force of about 20 Auroras and the ACU. Mephi might be thinking about getting this early kill at minute 7. We see Rock's Manti coming in to help the ACU out, and actually looks like Mephi decided not to kill him. He just walked away. He wanted to play it more safe, so perhaps a little respect there for Rock from Mephi. Definitely don't want to make the right move and get into a trap. Now we're going to see these Auroras thinking about going through the choke point and retreating. This engineer for Rock can probably get a few wrecks here on the bottom. And now Mephi moving directly into Rock's base. Instead of taking this upper ground and chasing Rock's ACU away, Mephi is looking directly at Rock's base. Rock is going to retreat. And there's also an engineer here from Rock capturing mask extractor. So somehow Rock still holds on to the top ledge. Mephi with 12 kills. See the buildup of two forces, very even numbers. Nobody wants to really go anywhere. Now Mephi really doesn't have the advantage with these two extra masses in Rock's favor. Rocks will be able to catch up, and you can see this Aurora is using the range, sneaking in. This is some good stuff here from Mephi. And Rock will retreat, and since Rock retreats, his Auroras can make it to this choke point. We also now see a drop here. Now this is a ghetto, 6 flares. The first player here with air is Mephi. I haven't really looked at their bases yet. You can see a total of 8 land factories and an air factory for Mephi. You also see some Manta now getting around the corner, doing some good raiding for Rock. This engineer has been locked out, but that's alright. It's a very good raider there from Rock. We got a ghetto plus flares against this force from Rock. Rock is going to try to get really close to these Auroras and start killing them. Of course, these Auroras are sneaking away, but you can see here Manta got quite a few kills. Most of these wrecks are Auroras. A good move there from Rock. This ghetto is getting way too many shots, and there you can see how Manta can counter Auroras. A whole bunch of interceptors now doing some scouting. Now looking at Rock's base, he's got 7 land factories and an air factory now. Quite a few P-gens as well. It looks like this ghetto is being attacked by Rock's interceptors and will be shot out of the air. And these Manta actually kept on rolling through. That was a very good move there from Rock. Mephi looked in a really good position with those Auroras in the ghetto, but the Manta just ran through that aeon force. Aeon force should have been a little less aggressive. And I can see once again, way too many Auroras. These Mantas gotta get out of there. Up on top, some engineers from Rock. Very quiet there on the front. Another ghetto just flying in a cloud of cybran interceptors, and that's kind of a wasted ghetto there from Mephi. Mephi getting some upgrades. Of course, Aeon with 2 upgraded guns is just going to be devastating. We're seeing 2 forces forming here for Mephi. He's going to cover the bottom choke point once again. A lot of wrecks here. Quite a few mask extractors still to be capped. And here we got in the middle next to the ACU. Rock also getting an upgrade. We see a point defense here for Rock. That was some great bombs there against those Manta by his 5 kills in that bomber. Great work from Mephi's Air Force. And the 3rd force now forming from Mephi's units, the 3rd choke point. We can see Rock here is also splitting up his forces. A lot of wrecks here. You want to get an engineer, and Rock is helping himself to that mass. You can see the Manta now going to help out Rock's ACU. That's a good advantage for cybran. He does not have too much power. You can see it's paused his factory for that upgrade. And so far, a lot more interceptors for Mephi. He's got an air advantage. And maybe finally Mephi will take over the stop base. He's really had that option for a lot of the game, but it looks like the 2nd upgrade is well on the way for Mephi, but he has paused his ACU. You see now some Auroras coming through trying to kill this engineer, but it survived in a wall from Rock. This is definitely a superior force here for Rock, but he's got to worry about another choke point. Rock getting yet another upgrade. Perhaps, yeah, it looks like the gun and stealth. And now finally Mephi takes out this these mask extractors. He can probably break that wall. And the engineers are taking over those mask extractors, and map control shifting in Mephistopheles' favor. Mephi's still pausing his ACU. Looks like he's got some power problems. He's got his power storage. Of course, this is 3599, so this is not nearly as explosive. That's interesting that Mephi has built that. He's going to be able to overcharge a lot more. Now Rock is both stealth and the gun. Extremely powerful combination from cybran. And what we got is Rock looking for a fight with his Manta, looking at a bunch of Auroras, and there's Mephi. So it's one of the greatest scenes here in Supreme Commander Air Force Alliance history. 2 of the best going up against each other here at minute 14. Mephi has both guns as well. You can see the micro rock going after the Auroras. Aurora's gotta run away. 12 kills for Mephi. You can see actually rock. Mephi at much longer range than any other units here. Elsewhere, it's basically a stalemate, two massive forces, but some bombers coming in from Mephi. He's been using Air Force most of this game. It looks like Mephi's capture of this high ground is going to be short-lived. Now once again, Mephi can basically shoot across this entire map with his gun. 16 kills. Rock's got to be careful. One good thing about Rock, he's got stealth. Look here at Mephi. He cannot see this ACU. There's something shooting at him, but he can't see it. That's the advantage of that upgrade. These bombers from Mephi continue to wear down this force. Still a lot of wrecks present. Our Rock with 22 kills. Sneaks in a couple more Manti to get a couple more mass extractors, and an engineer should capture these mass extractors really quick. And you can see map control shifting in Rock's favor. Rock really forcing Mephi all the way back to his base, and a bit of an air fight here that is very even, but you really don't want to fly over all that flak. It looks like it's going to be dead even, and Rock is going to sneak in a whole bunch of Manti behind Mephi's base. This is going to be devastating. A T2 mass extractor here, vulnerable, and Mephi is in a full retreat here. Two ACUs still staring at each other. Rock's got to be careful with 8,000 health against this upgraded ACU. He's got to retreat hard, but he has snuck in about 30 Manti directly behind Mephi's base. He's already taken out a T2 mass extractor. There's another one here to be killed, another one up here, and this one's nearly done. So 800, about 1,000 mass lost by Mephi right there. Actually about 3,000. Another 1,000 sitting here. A devastating attack from Rock has really turned this game. Total map control. Mephi is now fighting some Manti, getting 29 kills back at his base. Still, Mephi has a pretty large force directly in his base. And now these Manti has taken over the high ground, but they can still shoot, use their range. Two ACUs shooting each other. Rock has to retreat. Still a pretty big air spam here from Mephi. And Manti coming from all directions. One thing that's interesting, these Auroras are still sitting at this choke point. And you can see when Manti come in one by one, they get slaughtered. They don't even have a chance. So even though there's a huge fire here at Mephi's base, he's letting this force hold down the choke point. Now Mephi with 44 kills, and another force here looking in to sneak in. A couple Manti still left behind Mephi's base. Rock in a really good shape. We haven't seen T2 yet, but probably should see it shortly. We got a T2 upgrade. No T2 mass extractors for Rock. Rock 24 kills. See, Mephi has to respect that gun as at 8,000 health. Retreats back to base. A lot of dead units here all over Mephi's base. What does Mephi have at T2? That's the question. Well, he doesn't have anything at T2 yet. It's just all T1 and an upgraded ACU. You can see how map control is completely belongs to Rock. There's an engineer here that got lost, ran into a bunch of Manti. But still, Mephi is holding on to a big chunk of the map. This chunk of the map has a lot of wrecks. Mephi with 57 kills. Trying to push this front back to the choke point. But of course, this large front here totally belongs to Rock. He's even built some radar and point defense here. It's going to be very hard to take that back. And still, you can see Mephi has actually 4 fronts, one directly behind his base. Bad things happening for Mephi, but let's see if he can make a game out of it. Still sitting on a single T2 mass extractor, but plenty of reclaim. Here's just a stalemate. Another group of Auroras here, perhaps looking at this choke point. Mephi in the middle, 62 kills. Rock comes in with 24. We are now seeing this T2 ground. We see hoplites plus stealth, a direct counter to the Auroras. You can see these units getting hit by some arty. Very annoying there from Tag Rock. You can see Mephi moving in. He's going to get a lot of mass here. He's got to get those mass extractors as soon as possible. Still has about 1,000 mass. Actually doing this with a T2. Want to do this with a T2 engineer or just reclaim it. Quite a bit of mass just sitting there. Rock building walls. Looks like it's from this point defense. Get another rock here, and you can see this point defense will get quite a few kills. That's a very nice placement. Units can't get around this point of getting shot by this point defense unless they go all the way around. We should see some artillery take care of this problem. A rock with a pretty massive force here. Looking at Mephi's ACU, if he could sandwich Mephi, but there's a point defense directly behind him. Now some hoplites are going to use the range. Of course, hoplites are countered by the gun that Mephi already has. Very long range. Rock slides back in. Yeah, this is going to be very difficult. Mephi has a whole bunch of auroras. Very even number, 79 kills here for Mephi. Rock still at 25. And Rock producing more hoplites coming into the front lines. They actually paused all other land production. It's going to be all hoplites. You can see them at the front lines getting hit by an overcharge. Rock 25 kills, full health. Mephi is not shooting at his ACU. And you can see here a fight for position, and this point defense has been killed. So Mephi is able to get around on Rock, and Rock could actually be in a little bit of trouble. You can see the numbers here for Mephi. Of course, there are a lot of T2 here. Here come the bombers once again from Mephi, devastating, and Rock's got to run away. Here, minute 22, he could be in a little bit of trouble now with 30 kills. Mephi shooting long distance, 101 kills for Mephi. And elsewhere, huge numbers advantage for Mephi. He can sneak in here. Of course, there's a point defense here, a good placement from Rock, but with a little bit of artillery action. Now 112 kills for Mephi, almost full health. Rock still doing battle with 42 kills. Rock here kind of stuck behind his walls. Mephi sliding his forces in. Still some hoplites from Rock. And this point defense is going to be a problem. It's going to buy Rock a little bit of time. Rock still has his high ground. Now reclaiming some rocks. Some wrecks. And let's see what Mephi does with this force. He can block Rock off completely from retreating back to his base. Of course, Rock still has some pretty good fighters with him. 53 kills for Rock. Yeah, this is devastating from Mephi with that ACU. And these units are going to have to break the ACU out. They're going to have to force these auroras to retreat. Otherwise, Rock is not going to have... Yeah, he's got a retreating path. But this is pretty funny. On either side of the wall, Mephi and Rock. And this has still been pretty much a stalemate. Neither player wants to move in. A single hoplite here just shooting. Now Rock quite low on health, 53 kills. He needs 7 more to get a little more health. Shooting at the ACU. Those hoplites forcing his way through the choke point. Got a few kills. Now Rock is in trouble here. He's got to run away. Mephi could just rush in and kill him. There are a whole bunch of hoplites around him, but this is low, really low health for Rock. Mephi once again playing very safe and not moving in. He is thinking about this point defense that can just shred auroras. But with that, such a low health on the AC, if you just focus everything, perhaps he could have done something there. Now Mephi moving in with some auroras. There's a point defense, some manta, and you can see quite a few engineers around this T2 factory. We also see some T2 mask extractors from Rock. Mephi now with 133 kills. A whole bunch of stealth fields from Rock. And Rock giving up ground here. He still has these mask extractors, but a clear path for Mephi to take all this back. A couple uncapped mask extractors there for Mephi. It looks like he is going to move his forces in this area. Force Rock back into a lower third of the map. So good stuff from these players. Rock getting some health back, but not getting hit with the overcharge. Bit of an air fight, some scouting from Mephi. And the Auroras kill the last mobile units there for Rock. They should clean up a few more mass extractors. Looks like quite a bit of teching now from Rock. He's, for the most part, he is going Tech 3 with this land factory, but he's also getting some Tech 2 mass extractors. and a lot of dead units here for Mephi to reclaim. This engineer should reclaim a lot. These are us killing off mass extractors, and this has been non-stop for Mephi. He's just been massacring Manta with those bombers whenever Rock's not looking. But it looks like Rock is making some progress through the middle, using stealth and hoplites against those Auroras. We can look and see what Mephi's seeing. He's seeing absolutely nothing except shots from beyond visual range. But we are now seeing Harveys from Mephi. Mephi has gone T3. And that's going to be bad news for Rock, since actually Rock is taking back quite a bit of the map. Once again, a counter attack. But let's see what these Harveys can do to this game. We'll see Rock getting way too close to them. Actually, Rock should die at this point if Mephi just goes in, but Mephi's going to try to get him to go in even further. I mean, this is ridiculous. He's completely surrounded. Rock realizes he probably needs to retreat. Get some T2 flag here, and these three Harveys would be devastating. Our Rock 59 kills, 16. That was a nice health boost. And you can see Mephi recycling factories and all build capacity on the Harveys. Looks like he's got 4 total. Still a stalemate. It looks like some units are going to go to the choke points, some engineers, but the Harveys are going to the middle. We are seeing loyalists now for Rock. He's got T3 land of his own, but of course Harveys are much better than loyalists. Well, of course with Rock here, you might just overcharge a few of those, really turn the tide of this game. And a single Harvey here leading the way with 8 kills up on top for Mephi, and a whole bunch of Harveys just sort of walked into this base. And this is really bad news here for Rock. He needs some bricks. He's got a team of 5 loyalists. But they're nearly dead because of those Harveys. Rock is moving in. He just overcharged a Harvey, moving in with his loyalists. Probably thought about killing Mephi there, but way too many units. Yet another Harvey now with 14 kills moving in. And on the bottom, total devastation here for Rock with these Harveys just dominating. Opened up the door for his allies, and now Rock is surrounded by a whole bunch of Aeon units. He just took out that Harvey, but still a lot of Auroras all around him. You see Mephi shooting from far away. He's going to try to avoid the draw. He's still at 7,000 health. You see how quickly when Harveys hit you, you die very quickly. And really the game at the end went down who got T3 first, and it was definitely Mephi. And of course that ACU with a long range here, 147 kill for Mephi. Big difference in this game, so hopefully people enjoyed it.